chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am.
Always a pleasure to have all of you out there. Good evening, and whatever time you're receiving this program, this is Praise Zone, and today, like every other edition, we have wonderful packages that were reserved just for you, from the artists to the songs and all the rest. And of course, we are very interested in you having new songs, getting to know new people on this particular show, of course, getting to know your artist. That is why today we have brought to you another wonderful, vibrant artist. And she's just like me, just that today I have no plan Rasta. If I had Rastas on, you think that I'm the one that is doing the show. But who knows? And that's for you to judge anyways. But I won't start giving you the gist unless we get to have our verse of today. We're going to have a jingle. When we come back, we get the verse of the day. But that's a little, and then I take you to the agenda proper. Let's go.
All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am.
And of course, today, our verse of today is taken from the book of Matthew 11:28-29. Get your Bible, get a jotter, and let's get down to Bible studies. Matthew 11, verse 28 and 29, what does it say? Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. Let me take it one more time. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. And that is it. A lot of things are happening. Last time I was in a taxi, and then I got into this situation. I listened to a report that was given concerning the coronavirus in Cameroon, and I was so really disturbed in my spirit, and I was like, what's really going on? Where are we heading to? It really got to my heart. It became like a burden to me, because it sounded like, as uncertainty looms around the corner, because we really don't know what's happening. And of course, that was my situation. I don't know what's your own situation. I don't know what's disturbing you. That thing that has given you unrest, that's made you not to sleep. Is it the bills? Is it sickness? Is it habitation? Is that situation that's going out of hand and you don't know how to handle it? Today, God's just saying, come on, stop laboring. It's not for you to carry. The yoke is not for you to carry. The burden is not yours. Just lay it down and trust in God. Lay it down and believe that He is able and capable of relieving you of such a situation. And like the word of God says today, cast that burden onto the Lord. Do not labor. Come to Him. He's meek. He's meek, and His yoke for you is lighter. Come on. Believe in the word of God for you. Believe in His plans for you. And I know that which is making you go weary, that which is making you have a sleepless night, is going to come to pass. And because we're interested in your well-being today, we are looking up to Zion. Let's meet G4 with this beautiful piece. It is titled Zion, and it's featuring Leslyn Ewimbong. Let's go.
G4 died and rose again. In other words, He's alive. I'm taking my chances, seizing my shots. My faith's getting exercise. Welcome to Zion, welcome to Zion, the home of the brave, where we break bread with He who arose from the grave. That's progress. What that mean? Advancing step by step. We're reaching goals and hitting landmarks with plenty effect. So welcome to Zion, you're stronger than iron. Your faith is small, just follow the lion. On green patches, that's why you be lying. The walls are the gates, they have been strengthened. The Holy Ghost was a blessed effect. Give your life, it takes immediate effect. Jesus the plug, we ought to connect. The word to make you lose your bones to your neck. Soon as you repeat the prayer of salvation, new creation, of course, Jesus gives you dominion. Moses split the sea, Solomon was wise. The power of your mind, I could do all things. Jesus Christ strengthens me.
Programmé pour Sion, ma destination. Je propage la parole, suis la lumière du monde.
Me, I
tweeted my case. So excuse me while I pray. Moi je marche seulement, faut une fronto seulement. Le Saint-Esprit est vivant, allons je gagne tout le temps. Yeah, His righteousness like a burning lamp. Zion is my promised land. Programmé pour Sion, ma destination. Je propage l'apparence, puis la lumière du monde.
Me, I dey follow Jesus. He is not on Twitter. Connected to the grace. I dey shine, I dey glitter.
Programmé pour Sion, ma destination. Je propage l'apparence, puis la lumière du monde.
Me, I dey follow Jesus. He is not on Twitter. Connected to the grace. I dey shine, I dey glitter. So I'm high on the word. Picture visions from a cockpit. A soldier, my MO to the letter. I respect the jet. Above scorpions and serpents, we thread. Spirit filled. Our diet isn't made just of bread. So I look and behold on Mount Zion stood the Lamb. He is not.
And today we have Hannah Mia. Hope you did enjoy Zion. That I don't know how to rap. I wanted to welcome to Zion, the kind of. But I'm upcoming rapper. By the grace of God, next year, I'm going to release my own rap album. Please be praying to God for me. But that was a beautiful one by Zion G4 record. It says, "Me, I follow Jesus. He's not on Twitter. Connected by His grace. I dey shine, I dey glitter." That was beautiful. Like, I really like that line a whole lot, and that was a beautiful feature in there with Leslie. Like I was saying, I'm here with Hannah Mia. She's always dancing, you understand? And I don't know if you know she's going to dance today. Now, before she starts dancing, I want to introduce her to you so that you get to see her for yourself. Small mommy, short, small but mighty. She's in our line of, small girls, big God. That's our line of people. And we are really, really happy to have you here on Praise Zone.
Thank you.
I've been announcing Hannah Mia will come, Hannah Mia will come. Hannah Mia has finally come. And you're welcome once more.
Thank you.
Oh, she's a beautiful summer, right? Yeah. That we have beautiful Cameroonian artists. Yeah, we have beautiful Cameroonian artists. And all you have to do is just support them. So without much ado, tell us, who is Hannah Mia? Let's get to know you.
Okay, good morning, dear TV viewers. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Okay, I said good morning, but good evening, whatever the time you are watching. In fact, Hannah Mia is a servant of God, is a child of God. But it's important to note I was not born a Christian, but I decided to give my life to Christ at 17 years old. And Hannah Mia is a singer. Hannah Mia is a gospel artist, and Hannah Mia is also a gospel choreographer. Hannah Mia is a teacher in an international school in Douala. Hannah Mia is a choir leader equally. And Hannah Mia is most importantly a child of God.
Very, very important. I told you she's one little nice, dashy with a lot of portfolio. People like us say, oh, that's small like us like that. They give some things that are giving us, God knows how to give us ranks in the name of the Spirit. And I'm really, really happy because she's one of those gospel artists that we are looking up to, who has understood that gospel artists, you can be a gospel artist and you do something else. Yes, she's not one of those artists that feel like because you're an artist, you don't have to do anything, let manna fall from heaven. And when the manna doesn't fall from heaven, it feels like people are ungrateful. It feels like things are not working. No. Faith without action, nothing will happen.
Yeah, nothing.
And today we are interested in your journey in music. It's been a long time coming, and these days we've gotten to see you in so many different activities. And many people have been wondering, but where has this girl been? Where has this lady been? Just for I think for about 4 years now, we have been seeing you in different activities. And of course, you've been releasing a lot of good videos. I don't want to recall when you were nominated at Canaldo. We're like, who is this girl? So tell me, what's your motivation?
My motivation, I would say, is preaching the gospel of God. Because most of the time when we talk about gospel artists or gospel in Cameroon, people just take it like a name. But gospel means evangelism. That's the real That's the real meaning of gospel. So when you say you're a gospel artist, you know, you need to be moved by that spirit of evangelism. And Jesus gave us that mission: go and preach, you know, go and talk about me, go and compel, go and preach about me. So he has given me the gift of singing and many other gifts. So no matter whether I have the means or not, and I want to thank God, because with this vision that he has given me and he has given to my family, my parents, who encourage me in everything I do, he has also given the provision, and each time he always gives a provision. So that's why no matter the challenges that gospel artists and artists in general face in Cameroon, you know, since I began in October 2017, I keep on pushing, I keep on mounting, and I thank God because he gave me a wonderful spiritual father. He has believed in me since the first day, and he's even the one who pushed me, because I never wanted, I never even thought that one day I would be an artist or a gospel artist. So he just pushed me, you know, into that realm, and he said, that is your gift, and since you are supposed to preach the gospel, I think that's the best way for you as a young girl to preach about Jesus. So that's my motivation, a lot of faith in God, and I know he will never fail me, because he backs me.
That's
because,
right.
and he places his word in my mouth. So each time I just try to go as I can, and I'm not the only one. We are many that are mounting. So I thank God for
I was
that.
hoping she'll come here with that crew. There are a group of very, very talented people. If they dance here, I was hoping. I know I wore trousers today. I was ready. I knew that they'll be dancing in the studio. Can you imagine?
Maybe the next
and
time.
it just fell my hands. Oh, but that notwithstanding, if you don't see them, you will see them in the video. They dance. They are really, really good dancers.
Amen.
So, how has it been? It's been 4 years since you're coming into the gospel milieu, and you have had so many releases. And one would think that it's just so rosy, huh? Isn't it?
No, it's not that. It's not that easy, you know. I would say I faced a lot of challenges, you know.
Okay.
Because one of the questions that young people, they like to ask me, oh, Anna Mia, what can I do if I want to become a gospel artist, you know? What I always tell them is that you need to know, first of all, your calling, because it's important to know. I gave my life to Jesus in 2012. Yeah, and when I gave my life to Jesus, I decided to enter in the choir of my church, of my community, you know. And from 2012 to 2017, I was in the choir. I was faithful in my church. I was doing, at times when I invited my spiritual father, Bishop Jackson Gassa, and his wife, Pamela Ngassa, you know, we went with the choir, and we ministered, and that was my activities in the gospel milieu, you know. I was faithful in my church. I was faithful in my choir, faithful. So you need to know that God has called you.
Yes.
And God really gave me that word, you know. In Isaiah 49, he said, you are my servant, I have called you, not only to preach, or not only to talk about me in one place, but I want you to go everywhere in Israel. When I talk about Israel, I want to talk about Cameroon, the whole world,
Africa.
Yeah, so it's not really easy. Becoming gospel artist, it requires, first of all, finance.
Of course.
Because if you want to talk about gospel artist, because there's this confusion or these things that people say, no, I'm a gospel singer. I am not an artist. I'm a minister, yeah. But we are ministers of God. We are singers, as I want to say. But it's an art, whether you like it or not. When you decide to make of it, I don't even know. Even the preacher is a preacher, but it's an art. The art of speaking is an art. So when they call you an artist, because what you're doing is artistic. So
of course.
I'll never say that I'm not a gospel artist. I'm a gospel artist because I go to the studio. My music, I try to put melody, to put some harmony inside, you know, and all the musicians are playing this. I'm not the only one singing. So I would say I'm a gospel artist, and it requires finance, and it requires a plan. It's not about just, because me, I'm a songwriter. By the grace of God, I've wrote all of my album.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I've
Should we
been
just clap for you now?
yeah, and the Holy
That's
Spirit,
beautiful.
yeah, and the Spirit of God just leads you, and also with the people of the studio, you know, they will just try to arrange it and give it a line. So it has not been easy. At times there was no money. At times you have to wait for, you don't even know where the money will come from. But I would say God has provided so much. I came out with my first album in 2017 at the end of the year. And by the grace, just the physical album, the CD, and since my parents traveled a lot, we sold it during the concert, we sold it even abroad. People bought one CD at 300,000, one CD at $1,000.
Expensive money.
One CD. Yeah, that's how, when you just go on and you know that the Spirit of God backs you.
That's true.
That's how finance will just come, and that's how you can make a video clip, because a good video clip, my first video clip was things like 600, 700, but good video clips. When talk about making the videos, all the the clothings and everything, it's not less than $1 million.
Whoa.
So if you want to move on, you see from my first videos to go up.
It's upgrading.
It's upgrading.
Yes.
And yeah, because when we do things for God, we need to make sure that we put what is required, because he's the one who gives it. And the more you give, the more you receive, because it's not just about showing that we can do video clips. There's a message behind, and the people who see it, they see that we don't serve a weak God or a poor God, but we serve the living God, and it takes us from glory to glory. And that's where I'm going to your question, is to say it's not rosy. People will always see from where you started.
Of course.
If you don't, even all these big artists, Deborah Luca, you can go and see her first videos. Even the one who came with Mon Meilleur Ami, she sings. When you go to her YouTube, you see first songs when she's the Imela Matondo, she's the one who did it. But she just kept on, and one day when God will just want to reveal you, he will just reveal
burst
you.
out there.
Yeah, just don't do it because you need money or because it's rosy or because it's hard, but we just keep on pushing, because we have faith, and we know where we are going to with God, and we know it is just from glory to glory.
It's from glory to glory. But before you start celebrating the glory, try to know about the story. I'm really interested in this your Zouk song. I'm trying to imagine, how it feels, what it looks like. It's a rare genre for me in Cameroon. I must say it's a rare genre for me in Cameroon. So when I heard you have a song Zouk, I was like, no, we're going for it. Please, producer, play us that song before we come back to it. I know some people are looking for we'll come to it. Oh, let's do Zouk first. Or we are back. We'll negotiate. Let's go.
Mon Dieu est bon. Quand je pleure, il me console. Dans ma détresse, mon Dieu est là. Quand j'ai mal, il me soutient et me relève. C'est lui mon père, ma mère, mon amour. Je ne peux pas le laisser. Oh, même si je tombe, mon Dieu me relève. Il est mon cœur, mon tout. Je t'aime le Seigneur, tu es mon amour. Je t'aime le Seigneur, tu as conquis mon cœur. Je t'aime le Seigneur, tu es là dans ma vie. Satan Zambé, oh, tu as conquis mon cœur. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Dans ma détresse, j'ai crié à toi, Seigneur. Comme un bouclier de feu, tu as environné ma vie. Oh, quel amour, Seigneur. C'est toi mon père, ma mère, mon amour. Je ne peux pas te laisser. Tu es
That was so beautiful. One day, I had a zook. I was telling Hannah me now that they needed to put me somewhere, maybe in those streets. So I should be doing like this in dancing, and what else, what can we really do with the beautiful music? Like just to dance, and glorify God. I like the message, very, very peculiar about it. Il est toujours avec nous. It is always there for us. No matter, like I was saying today, no matter the situation, il est toujours là. So don't think that he's gone far. Don't even feel like maybe because you stole meat yesterday, then God, no, he's not interested in that. It might wow you.
Yeah.
When I was meditating this morning, God was just letting me know that if it was one person that needed salvation in Cameroon or in the whole world, Jesus would have still come and died.
Yeah.
That's to tell you how important you are. How important. I mean, the things you even ask him, they're not even as important as the way he values you. So never run away from God. Don't go far because he has done something. He's a father. He will understand, and he's always going to be there in you, around you, beside you, and anytime you need it. And in the studio, we have Hannah Mia giving us some nice gist. Very, very nice gist. And we're going to talk now about record labels, because when I look down through your press book, I noticed that though you're excelling, I haven't seen a record label somewhere. It seems like magic to me, because we're in the world where, or in the time where we feel like record labels do the magic. You don't have a record label, they won't know you, they won't, you can pass on notice. But here you are, I can see you're excelling, looking at the, how can I put it, the evolution from 2017 down to 2021. I can say you are excelling. How has it gone? How has it been without a record label?
Okay, without a record label, I thank God, because God has given me and my team and my producer, my father, my relationships, and even myself means to push my music career. And I would say that from the beginning, when I started, I said earlier that I was not born a Christian. And I remember in 2010, I was in a dancing group, because when I was in college, I used to be in the dance club of the college. Everyone passes through that. And then when I had my O-level, ordinary level, I asked my mother, okay, I want to work with this dance group and boogie dance. And to cut short, we had a manager, and that manager was called Eric Punde. And by the grace of God, that's how I started working with Eric Punde. He was working with our dance team and all the like. So I even danced with one clip of the Featurettes, one of their first clips. But when I decided to give my life personally to God, I was 17 years old. I just decided, no, I'm tired of all this. So I just decided to give my life to Christ, and I cut everything. And when I moved on to 2017, when I decided, when my dad pushed me and he said, oh, you need to go for an album, because I was just coming from the Gospel Musical Awards, where I won the prize of the revelation of the year in the Littoral region. They promised us album, but they didn't do it at the end of the year. So my dad just said, people saw the energy you had and you won such a prize and you need to go to the studio. So that's when I went to the studio and we started recording, and just the audio, and I posted it on my profile, because at the time I didn't have a page. I posted on my profile, people just started wow, 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 and went on for the video, because there was some money, and went on to the video. And when I was going for the video, I said, hey, I know Eric Punde. Eric Punde, he was the one making our video when we're dancing, and I even noticed that he was even working in Canal 2. So it's with Eric Punde that I started. He's the one that made my first video clip. And you just need to have some relationships when you have the funds. And that's how I started with him, with the little we had. I went on for my first video clip that was Bread of Life. And after I decided to go on to the studio now to finish with an album of 5 songs. Yeah, so at the end of the year 2017, I already had an album. I made a concert, my first concert, and my church, Kingdom Word Church, and the album was being sold there. And that's how I started building some relationships, because when you enter in such a world, medias, they start seeing you, and the video went on to Canal 2, STV, and
right.
people, the medias are the first one to notice you, and they
Yeah.
start publishing somehow, and you just need to push on. But God has been faithful, because God kept on providing. We
Amen.
started from nowhere, and from the first album that came out, people started to buy clothes from afar, even abroad. As my parents traveled, they went with the CDs, and that's how. And not having a record label now, I'm just working with my team right now. I'm still working with Itrema company of Mr. Yase. They are the ones supporting my career, like. I came out with my new album, the new video Je ne peux plus. You just try to come up with some strategies, and we just, with the funds that we have, the money that we have, we just need to push on, because when you go to majors and all the like, so that's how we have been able, because I'm not alone in my team.
Of course.
You see Anna Mia, but there are many people behind.
I told you that I was hoping to see a whole Papiache.
If we thought I could have come with them, but I think the next time. So there are many people behind. So that's how, without the label, we try to push, because let nobody fool you. Most of the artists, they started themselves just like that. Some with just covers. That's how they were discovered. But I think that in Cameroon, labels, professional labels, they don't really trust in gospel artists for the moment. But I know that one day one of them will contact my team, and say, we want to work with you, Anna Mia. We want to take your career to another level, make your videos, do everything, and we just hope to get there by the grace of God.
Of course. And let me join my voice to your own now. She's a wonderful artist, a wonderful one. And I believe that she's that artist that if you push, you won't regret, because the sole idea of it, the whole idea of her ministry or her music, is to preach Jesus Christ. So what else? What else can we preach if not Christ? And we are really hoping that you come for her. Just rush her now. Rush her. Just rush her.
Amen.
We would like to see her somewhere, someday. And I just hope that by that time we'll have so many nice gospel record label.
Yeah.
That are serious, of course.
Yeah.
We are hoping that by that, when that time comes, we are going to have such record labels around. Now tell us about Je n'en peux plus, your latest release,
Yeah.
coupled with Zion Forever, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So tell us, I'm really interested, Je n'en peux plus. Is it that this life don't tire you? This life tire you like me, the life tire me. So
In fact,
what was it all about?
Je ne peux plus is just it's a long phrase, but it's just a short form of the phrase. It means je ne peux plus te laisser, which means
Okay.
I can no more leave you. I can never leave you again, and never leave who? I'm talking about Jesus, because after I say mon Jésus, I can never leave you again. My Jesus, je ne peux plus te laisser. So that's the message behind the song. Because as a gospel artist, I remember when I went for Canal d'Or in Yaoundé, many people came to me, oh, Anna Mia, you just do gospel music. It does not really pay. Oh, in Cameroon, you can do love songs. There's nothing insane. You can do songs that speak about peace, that speak about, I don't know, I have no problem with this kind of songs, but I know who I am, and I know where God has taken me from. And if you're seeing me singing gospel music, it's not because I want it, because God mandated
Yes,
me for.
it's a mandate.
He's mandated me to do that. And when God mandates you to do something and you don't do it, it means you want to die. That's what people don't know. So God told me, you are my minister. You are called. I've called you and I've mandated you, whether you want it or not. I come from a Christian family, but when I was in my teenagehood, I was just going to church to please my mother and all the like. But
That kind of.
yeah, but there's a time when God says it's over.
It's
you have
over.
seen everything you want to see. So at 17 years old, I came out. So it's just to say that je ne peux plus is a way of saying, it's a message, first of all, to the youths, to everyone, but also to all these people watching me through my videos and who says, Anna Mia, can't you sing love songs? I have no problem
kinda.
with love songs. I even listen to some love songs, but I'm not mandated for that.
Yes.
I will always sing about Jesus. Even if tomorrow I am getting married and I want to come out with a song which talks about marriage, There will be Jesus inside.
Of course.
Yeah, there will be Jesus.
There should be a Jesus inside.
There will be Jesus. So someone told me, you can think about love song, but you are not obliged to talk about Mais Jésus or no.
What? Like, seriously?
Yeah, because, you know, people have their way of doing things, and I have no problem with that. I don't judge anyone, but that's my calling. So je ne peux plus te laisser. And about Zion forever, you know, Zion is the city of Zion, you know, the stronghold of Jerusalem that David conquered. And we know David, when we talk about David, what comes to your mouth is praise.
It's praise.
It's praise, you know. So Zion is the city of God, because in Psalms 87, from verse 2 to 3, God says, Zion, you are among the dwellings of Jacob. You are my own one. I love you among all the dwellings of Jacob. And it continues in verse 3 to say, they say wonderful things about you, Zion, glorious things. And in the Bible, Zion, when we talk about Zion, there is no barren in Zion.
No.
Nobody says I'm sick in Zion.
No.
Nobody says I'm down in Zion. Not that they are not going through trials.
No.
But they have that mindset that we are strong. It's like a father. A father will never show to his child that he's weak or he's afraid. You always be strong before his children, and that's the mindset of Zion. And since the day I've given my life to Christ, my name even on Facebook was Anamia Sentinel of Zion, this watchman of Zion, because I know who I am, and God has called me and has given me that mindset. So Zion forever just means worship, praise forever, Jesus forever, God forever. You know, everything about me is Jesus and Zion forever.
Hallelujah.
And compelling and telling people that they need to know who they are. We are of the city of Zion. We are ambassadors. Zion, we can make our Zion, Douala Zion. My family is my Zion. My Cameroon is my Zion. Everywhere I go to, even as a gospel artist in this milieu, I see myself as a Zion lady. So that's the message behind Zion. All the 10 songs in the album that you can find on all streaming legal sites, you know, Spotify, Boomplay. You can just download, stream the album, listen, and even pay on Amazon. And
Of course, pay on Amazon, very, very important. And of course, we are Team Zion, and we Zion forever. And of course, I'm wearing my Saved Gang t-shirt. That's to let you know that in Zion, you are saved, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we are getting to closer to the end of the program for today, but before I leave you, let me give you some gospel actualities.
Yeah.
We have Princess Felicia that's coming up, that's dropping her new song. It's been a long time since she dropped an album. We just had a remix of Change My Story with her husband, and now she's coming up powerfully. On the 30th of July, she'll be dropping her song titled Most High. So get your subscription bundles ready, get your monies ready. I'm sure a platform will be provided so they can get her songs. And of course, on the 11th of July, we'll have Yada 2021. It is Intimacy with God. It's hosted by Pastor Antoine Dalle, Voice of Grace, and we'll have a lot of beautiful ministers. Of course, young ministers. I can see Minister Smith Lawai, I can see Minister Christine, and I can see Minister Divine Princess, and I know it's going to be a wonderful experience. July is just starting. Make sure that you partner in any of the moves. And of course, we have Beyond the Limit conference that took place on Friday, and it was wonderful. It was a women's conference, and if you were not able to attend it, please make sure you attend the next edition in January. But that was it for Gospel Actualities. Let's have a jingle. When we come back, we'll meet Anamia. She'll tell us if there are future projects that she's working on and how to get her latest release. Let's go.
All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am.
And of course, we are gradually drawing the curtains for this program, and we won't leave without asking her name. I know she has a lot of projects. So she has so many projects. So any upcoming projects?
Yeah, after the release of the album online, by the grace of God, we are going to come out before the end of this year, 2021. latest by, I think, in fact, latest by October or before September, we are planning to come out with the next video clip. That will
Okay.
be a worship song, and the song is in the album. If you
Alright.
stream it online, I think you'll have an idea of which song I'm talking about. So after the album, the release of this album, we are going forth to make the release of a new video clip talking about the greatness of God. And after all what we went through, COVID-19, all these pandemics, lockdown, so the song is a good message talking about the greatness of God, because despite everything we have been through, God has always shown us that He is the great God, and He abides the great God. No matter the circumstances, He has kept us. Even the one who died, He has been able to sustain the families, to
course.
sustain us, even the one that was sick, in His greatness, because He never changed. So that's the project that is coming on very soon.
So how do we get your latest albums?
So to get the latest album, there is also the soft copy. It's an online album. This is an album that you stream, and you need to know that every time you listen just to one song, you download or you pay for it or whatever, revenues goes to the account of the artist. So it's also a way to support, because there is this now these days there is something that came out like. The droit d'auteur, you know, and many people didn't find their names inside and all the like. There's no need to complain. Nowadays, music is already so modernized, has been so modernized, and you can just place your songs online and you get your revenue automatically in your account.
in your account.
Each time someone listens, just listens, you get, and it is paid in dollars. And so, and you can get it on Spotify, Boomplay, Amazon, Deezer, and in fact, all these platforms, music legal platforms, where you can stream and download the album, you can get it. And the album is also available on hard copy,
Okay.
but on USB key.
All right.
We made 50 copies, it's 5,000 francs, but all the 50 copies has been taken already. But for you, if you want it, you can just order for it, you know, through my Facebook pages, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. You just send an inbox message, you have an automatic answer with the phone numbers. And you can also contact the 655 50 27 56. And you just order for the album. It's 5,000 francs, a USB key of 2 gigas with 10 songs inside. So it's really giving out. It's not even the normal price. So it's just, you know, to give it out.
Yeah, it is a nice auntie.
Yeah, so if you want it, you can just
nice.
order for it. Yeah.
Wow. Please rush. If you're on Amazon, buy. If you're online, download. If you have cash, order for your USB. It's very, very important. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
for passing by.
Thank
Any
you,
last word
my
for the
dear.
viewers out there?
My last word is just for those who know Jesus already, please remain connected to Jesus and keep the faith. And for you who don't yet know God, please make it something that is important and something that you need, like the air you breathe. Just give your life to Christ. Just close your eyes, say, Lord, I want you, I need you. Confess His name and say, become my Father. And Jesus will come and abide in you, and I can assure you, your life will never be the same again. So it is the emergency of the time. You need to give your life to Jesus. You need God. So may God bless you all and remain connected to Praise Zone.
Amen. It's urgent. Give your life to Christ. It's an emergency. Time no day. Before you sleep and wake up one day, people rapture has taken anybody and you're all alone on this earth. Give your life to Christ. It's an emergency. Thank you so much for watching. We receive your messages. Thank you so much for following. Thank you. I want to give big a shout out to Mr. Epie Sango. He's one top fan and he's been following us all this while. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. And I love you so much. God loves you more. Stay blessed. Stay out of trouble. And because I love you, I'm going to leave you with this beautiful song, Je ne peux plus te laisser by Hannah Mia. And we are going to dance together. Have a blessed week ahead. Ciao.